All right, guys. Today we are gonna be reacting to cheap things men don't put enough effort in dating. Let's jump in.
Men wanting to receive, men not needing to put in the work. What do you mean by that?
I feel like I've just seen that time and time again where it's like, you know, they just, I don't know. I just feel like they like don't want to pick you up. They don't everything. They want to like meet you halfway and all that stuff. And they want to feel like you text me good. I don't know. Like you text me, you call me, you hit me up, you do this, you do that. And I just think it's ugly.
Okay. Any girls here agree with that? Just show of
Agree.
hands, I suppose. Okay. You also, I'll kind of address that, but I'll get through some of your notes here. You said, why has basic standards of courting gone out the window?
Yeah, for all of us, not just men. Like for like all of us. Like I feel like in myself too. Like I've treated people badly. I've been treated badly.
You
like,
mean men you've treated badly?
Yeah.
How so?
I definitely just in my past.
Like you hit it and quit it?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if that's bad for
like
men.
they wanted more and you were like, nah.
No. I've like done not very
Deuces.
great. No.
It's just certain, personal experiences that we've all,
Yeah. How did you treat somebody like a guy badly, I guess? You cheated?
Yeah, I did once when I was like a lot younger. And I feel really bad about it. And either way.
How long were you dating that guy?
Wow, look at the hypocrisy.
Younger.
Okay, look at her. She's wow, really? Yes, really. Females tend to cheat more than men because they have more options. Not surprised. I don't know if you have the options, right? If you're the gender where you have options left and right, don't you think you will probably have the better outcome to cheat? I think the numbers were very similar, right? But I think we're not taking into account that females tend to hide cheating much better. That's something that we have to just get into it later on. But I think females tend to cheat a little bit better.
I feel really bad about it. And either way.
How long were you dating that guy? Was it the 5-year guy?
No, but it was like somebody on the off. And I feel pretty bad about that.
It's those experiences back in high school when you're not really,
right. Yeah, like this is me like as an underclassman in high school.
Yeah, oh man, this is such a statement to just not hold her accountable. You're just an experience in high school, Right, that statement, man. Kevin Simons was very good at that, and getting those type of statement that is just putting the female out of the accountability equation. It's one of those. I just asked high school. I was just young. I made a mistake because I was young. I was in high school. No.
Cortex,
yeah, like the prefrontal cortex.
Not
Yeah.
fully developed.
Yeah,
I
that's
get
what I'm
that.
talking about.
Yeah. But so you said standards of courting.
But
gone
that's what
out
I'm
the
saying. I think
window.
in our generation, we've just been taught to like with Tinder and with like a lot of things in that way. We've just thrown like it out the window where it's like, yeah, come over immediately and all this stuff. But I just think it's boring. Like, I want to go out and hang out with you and do something. I don't want to just go to your apartment. I don't want you to just come to my apartment. Like, that's so lame.
But you did do that though.
Yeah, I've done it, but I'm like not. I'm not like aligned with that.
We're not into it, boys.
We're not into that.
Bullshit, they are
You
into
want
it.
the courtship, right?
Yeah.
You
Very
want
much so.
But you said it was like on both men and women's parts. So I guess what you already kind of mentioned, like guys not wanting to pick you up. Oh, let's meet there. Maybe what are some of the other things that men are not doing when it comes to the basic standards of courting?
Like planning things or being like, oh, like whatever, we'll figure it out. I don't know, just like not hot. Like I'm just trying to find like an example. Like,
Men's
you know what's
not
hot? Like them being on time. Taking control. Like that's hot.
Sure. And then you mentioned though that this isn't just for men, it's also women. I guess in what ways are women not holding up to courtship standards?
I don't know. I'm thinking like, I don't know, like maybe like the constant, like I've had open relationships before and that's been on my terms where I was like, yeah, I want to have an open relationship. And I feel kind of bad because I feel like I was just kind of, what an open relationship means to me personally, and I regret doing this to other people, is I need you to fill my cup. I feel I'm going through something. I want your attention, and vice versa, because this has happened to me as well. So I'm going to stay with you for the companionship, but I don't feel like there's enough there to be like loyal to you like, or only think about you, and I regret doing that, and I think it's a waste of time. I wish I spent more time completely single. I've definitely spent time single, but like I said, I started dating when I was 14, so that's kind of like not, I wouldn't recommend that to like other younger people.
She's coping so much. She's coping so much. That is, I personally think that's not, it's not even funny, man. She's coping so much, guys. Like at this point, she needs a therapist. She needs to just get out of these social media. So she needs to fix whatever's going on in her head, because the coping mechanism is so strong. Like, I just want to be having an open relationship because you still want to have the beta box to be there for you, but you're still in the open, just trying to find out that 1% guy, that Chad and Tyrone. That's not how it works.
And you said that men who like receiving or don't take pride in putting in the work, like picking girls up, paying on the first date, like just inviting girls over.
Unless that's like what both of you are down for, like you're like, yeah, I just want to like have sex tonight, whatever. Like,
Can
okay,
I ask you a quick question to interject very quickly?
Yeah.
What do you think chivalry is?
Good question.
I think it's the proof of, like I said, I like proof. It's the proof that I'm like willing to show that I like you. The proof of I'm on time, I'm picking you up, I'm taking you here. It's not about them like giving me what I want. It's the proof that I know I like, okay, I'm wanted.
Does the woman have to be on time too?
Yeah.
So if I pick you up and you're running 30 minutes behind,
Yeah, that's not nice.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
But they all do it.
Were you for the show today?
Chivalry was a code. It was a code that knights lived by for a proper reason.
Yeah, I was late today.
Inside of this code, women were valued, and the reason that they were highly valued is because they were considered pure and chaste, and so men would actually fight to the death for them. Very famous two French knights, French, I can't believe it, but they actually fought each other, Jean and Jacques, because one essayed the other one's wife, and they took it, petitioned to the king. He wouldn't assist, so he challenged him to a duel, and he killed the much larger knight. Why? Because the woman he was fighting the duel on behalf of was a pure woman. When he married her, he had fought tooth and nail to take her hand in marriage, right? So if there's not the chastity and the purity and the virtue aspect for women, why in the hell should any man ever in a million years extend the code of chivalry? I've never understood that.
I guess that makes sense to a certain degree, but it's also just, once again, like the intentions of people. And also marriage is a very long thing. Like marriage lasts forever. And I'm not...
Yeah, that's why you guys are breaking the marriages. I just don't understand why they do these kind of arguments. Also, back then, men used to be inspired by women, guys. And I'm not seeing inspiration at all. I don't think men right now are built to even take a bullet for them. Unless it's a very immediate family, right? Very close family. Outside of that, man, I can see men say, oh, if it's not my wife or kids or my mom, I'm not protecting anybody. Because the value of the female has gone so down, guys, that there's no reason, there's no inspiration. There's no inspiration, there's no symphony, there's no opera, there's no sonata, there's no art, there's nothing. Nothing, guys. And this is a problem, guys. This is a real problem.
Saying I'm opposed to either. Well, I like, obviously I'm in like a state of wanting to be like more exclusive, but what I'm trying to say is it also makes sense to me when, you know, if you're married for the rest of your life and you start dating at 18, like it makes sense that maybe you want to like have a relationship where you value each other's partnership and time and like, you know, partnership in life, but you know, you also need to like breathe a little bit because you've been dating since you were teenagers and such. The same thing with my ex. Like since we started dating when I was literally 14, it kind of I'm happy that we were off and on because my development as a human being wouldn't have been, you know, healthy if I was consistently with my ex from age like 14 to 19. Like that's crazy. That's not good for me. So
wait a second. So I mean, at the same time that you're saying that compromising virtue, right, is actually good for you.
Yes,
because
it is.
Because it gives you experience or something like that.
No, I'm not saying compromising virtue in a sense of like, yeah, have sex with a ton of people or not. But what I'm trying to say is there is a lot
About
of...
any people.
Pardon?
About any people.
But if you're not with somebody, then that makes sense to have sex with people, you know, learn new things about people, like not just sex,
so
but like
this would be a compromise. This would be a compromise on the virtue of chastity, right?
Well, if you're on and
So-
off with somebody and you're like off and you've been dating for 5 years and you're learning new things about people, and it's not just that, like being
Then
single,
it's
there's
a
more to being single than
compromise.
just.
Then hang on, can you answer this question?
Okay.
How is that not a compromise in virtue?
If I'm off with somebody and I have sex with somebody else.
Yeah, if you're, well, the assumption.
If I'm
here
not
is that
dating
you
somebody and I have
expect-
sex with somebody else.
Is that,
Well,
hang on,
she's
if
not.
you expect chivalry, the idea that men will sacrifice literally everything on behalf of a woman, and they will, by the way, right? Why shouldn't they expect virtue in exchange?
I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, that makes sense. Like, that's why what I'm trying to say is I've changed my brain. I'm happy that I was on and off and I've lived, and now I'm in a relationship, and now, I'm going to be loyal to him, and he treats me well. Is that what you want? I think that's the answer, right? Like,
Well,
what
I
do you-
mean, I'm just asking. you
yeah,
know,
that's
I mean,
that's
We're
how
all
I
learning.
feel. I'm just wondering what you're
But it
asking.
seems like you're kind of speaking out of both sides, right? Like on the one hand, you say, yeah, but I need new experiences and this and that. which
Yeah,
would be a
because of the-
compromise.
New experiences meaning I just want a 3 or 4 around to make sure I can get to that guy. It's all about getting to that guy. They need to get to that guy. They just want to get to that guy. They want to try females. You know what? I might say this. Females might be more the generation more than guys. I'm gonna say that. In my opinion, guys. There's something that tells me that females might have a bigger demon inside of them where they take pleasure. They take pleasures and just be 3 or 4s, man. It's crazy to think about. It's the craziest thing. Guys already, we have demons, right? And, we lust is something that is in us, right? But how is it that you're in a panel where people, even thousands or even millions of people are going to watch you? And you're okay just expressing all these ideas, and not one or twice, but multiple of time, and just laugh about it. And knowing that this is going to just affect you in the future, and somehow you just want to just find Jesus after that, and just expect us to just simply accept that result. You see right here, Vietnam dressed lady over here. She's still not holding her accountable. She's still giving her leeway to just get out. It was in high school. It was this and that. Experiment. Like all this leeway to just not holding accountable. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it is, guys. Because the problem that we have today is that females are not willing to hold each other accountable. And they already lost this battle, guys. They already lost it. Guys need to just move forward, push forward until we get to the capital of that country. But in this case, they haven't realized that they lost. They lost already. Do you have passport bro? Do you have MGTOW? You have Red Pill? You have Manafear? You have POS? You have all these things, right? You have Trump now. You guys lost. This is not the way of negotiating a battle that you're going to lose. You're going to end up losing about a lot of your rights. This is not taken care of, guys. Because this is very irresponsible. Very irresponsible. There's no accountability for some certain responsibilities, right? They have the responsibility. No, they have the accountability. No, how can I say this? They have the power of just change laws and change the world. But there's no accountability, guys. Nothing. Even you see someone in the United States, mayors and politicians acting like a fool, corruption, in the clear sight, especially Tiffany Jane Ayer, I think it's from Illinois. Tiffany, the mayor from Illinois. Corruption, some of the guys, I'm telling you, guys, we see corruption at that magnitude where she's just, throwing money away, hiring certain questionable people. And guys, when we see corruption at that magnitude, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do because it's so plain view that you can't even believe it. You're like, this is not true. This is not true. How are we going to be? And then on top of that, it's a woman. How are we going to handle this? I'm telling you, we're tired of it. Cannot keep going like this, guys.
So because of the age that we met and the duration of how long that relationship lasted at that age, you know what I mean? You shouldn't, I think it's not a great idea to be with somebody for your entire teenagehood. That's a developmental time of your own sense of self.
Coffee
And if
love.
you're dating somebody,
Then why be with anybody?
well, that's kind of what I'm saying. you know?
Yeah, you shouldn't be with anybody in your teenagehood. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So when you're old enough to make decisions to be with people, though, right? The idea here with chivalry, if you want to know why chivalry is dead, the old line is because women killed it. The idea here is that if men are supposed to have an uncompromising value towards women, where they'll pay for everything, they'll take good care of you, they'll fight the dragon, slay the proverbial dragon, as it were, on your behalf, to have a token from my lady, then they want to have chastity and virtue in exchange.
That's what I want from my boyfriend too.
There is no chastity and virtue to be found in modernity. So why the hell would anybody ever expect there to be that sort of chivalry?
All right, from my understanding of relationships, I agree with you. I'm loyal to my boyfriend, and he's like.
Look at this guy right here. This says, this is the super chat from whatever podcast. If you're current on marriage statistics, if you were current on marriage statistics, you will know that these days marriage is not seen as long term. 50% end in divorce. The vows are not taken seriously. This is a problem. Yeah, he's right. It's a problem.
What's the word? He's respectful to me. That's not, everybody, but that's where I am, and that's how I feel.
So chivalry, I can't say that word, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Chivalry. Say it with me. Chivalry.
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 Thank you, Andrew.
Chivalry. All right, go ahead.
So then I would say, would you not protect your sister if she got essayed? Or would you not protect your mom if somebody treated her bad, or your dad? I feel like the reason that is dead is because women stopped becoming property. And so when you have property...
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries. It's okay, Andrew. So I feel like women are no longer kind of considered that. We're considered more of our own entity. And I would say that's kind of the reason why everything's changed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell she said there at the end, but I don't know. I disagree with her. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.